Welcome back, y'all. Today I bring you Wilds of Eldraine from the said booster pack. There's a little tab. Let you look at that. Here we go. Gonna open it up. Now the ones that I'm wanting to get on this is Doubling Season and Necropotence. Because the rest I've picked up before in different other sets along the years, except for those. Those cards are very expensive, and it'd be awesome just to have them. And of course to play with them. Let's see, it says Demonic Bargain. Actually, on these, we go from the back. Put them on there. It says Torch the Tower. That's a lot of reading. I can do some of it for us. Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact enchantment. This is an instant, by the way. An artifact enchantment or token as you cast a spell. Torch the Tower deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If this spell was bargained, instead it deals 3 damage to that permanent and you scry. If a permanent dealt damage by Torch the Tower would die this turn, exile it instead. Oh, I like making my enemy's cards go into exile. You're not getting that one back. Return Triumphant. It's for a 1 and a white. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Create a young hero role token attached to it. It says enchanted creature has whenever this creature attacks, if its toughness is 3 or less, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If you put another role on the creature later, put this one into the graveyard. I had to read that again, guys. Almost sounds like you're getting life constantly and strength. Every time you keep going lower. I have to read into that a lot more. Next one is Toadstool Admirer. It's got creature ward 2. Whenever this creature becomes the target of spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2. For 3 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on Toadstool Admirer. Where an oaf makes its home, the land blooms with color and joy. It's doing a lot for just 1. It's a 1/1, but the fact that it has ward, wow, that's some good protection. Oh, look at that. That's something I probably would have been painting in elementary school. Oh, look at that. All right, Swamplands. What is behind it? Every time I get a land, I like to look behind it for some reason. Okay, before the reveal, Wilds of Eldraine Art Series, Court of Garenbrig by Zam Guy. It says 54 out of 81. Oh, wow, that looks cool, actually. Look at that. That's pretty good, isn't it? And so much happening in this picture. It says Candy Grapple. Oh, I get it, like apple, but grapple because it's grabbing you. Instant. For 1 and a black, it says bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. If this spell was bargain, that creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn instead. Wow, okay. Don't you mean poisonous? There's no such thing as venomous. I don't know why you wouldn't bargain, because that's -5/-5 to your opponent. Ooh wee. That's going a long way. Look, hatching plans. Hatching plans. When hatching plans is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw 3 cards. It says the thief fled with her ill-gotten prize, her mind a whirl with visions of wealth and glory. In her pack Unnoticed, the egg began to stir and crack. Oh, look, yeah, you can see that. You see the little wings? Alright. That was our first card in these. Got a lot of enchantments. Griffin Airy. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, create a 2/2 white griffin creature token with flying. Nice. Says, Davin's heart swelled with a heady mix of excitement and fear. If the young griffin accepted him, he would begin his path to knighthood. By Skies of Ardenvale. Alright, we have a saga. The Apprentice's Folly. Choose target non-token creature you control that doesn't have the same name as a token you control. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary, is a reflection in addition to its other types, and has haste. That's for the first part of the saga, the second part too. And on the third one, sacrifice all reflections you control. Gee, what's going on in that picture? You see? It's like people mixing magic over here. Shrouded Shepherd. Getting some Elden Ring vibes. Creature, Spirit, Warrior. He says Cleave Shadows. Sorcery. He has an adventure. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile. When Shrouded Shepherd enters the battlefield, target creatures you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's not bad. It's not bad. Get some strength. Woodland Acolyte. Woodland Acolyte. Human Cleric. Man the Wilds, it says. Put target permanent card from your graveyard on top of your library. It says then exile the card. You may cast the creature later from exile. When Woodland Acolyte enters the battlefield, draw a card. It says he left knighthood behind to heal the scars of the king of the invasion. Ooh, what's this? Red Riding Hood? Royal Treatment. Target creatures you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Create a royal row token attached to that creature. If you control another row on it, put that one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. Alright. What is Conceited Witch. Human Warlock. Price of Beauty. Create a Wicked Row token attached to target creature you control. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile. It has Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. She wasn't much for self-reflection. Conceited Witch. And that was my last one, guys. That was the last card on that deck. Comment, which card did you like? I know this one gave me some Elden Ring vibes. If you guys been that far in the game. And of course, this one was funny. And this one, I'd have to look into this. This has a lot of things that's going on for it. It almost looks like it's a card that's gonna stay in play for a while. Alright, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this opening. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.